day succumbs, tables wait, the bar's got that swing. Glasses clink, hear the ice cubes sing. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. There's Troy laughing with his gin and a grin, telling stories about where he's been. Boomer's got whiskey, he's loosening his tie, chasing dreams under a midday sky. The bartender knows us, he's mixing with flair. Every sip's a moment we're happy to share. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. The clock don't matter, we're lost in the vibe. Jazz in the air, feel the soul come alive. From martinis to bourbon, we're riding the wave. Stealing this hour, it's the freedom we crave. Sun's still shining, but we're in our zone. This bar's our shelter, our temporary home. One more round before the world calls us back. Savor the moment, keep the blues in the rack. We'll laugh and we'll toast till the afternoon fades. Memories made in these liquid escapades. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun. Our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon. Chasing that jazz under the high noon.
Vasalut and happy Wednesday. We are halfway through it. We've made it this far. It's all downhill from here, I suppose. I don't know, however you want to put it. But of course, Friday is Halloween, so things are getting scary around here. At least we hope they are. We're trying to make them so, because that's where the fun is. Make sure you tune in to this guy on Friday, who will be watching Halloween. Was it Halloween 2 or the original Halloween that you're going to be watching this Friday, Big Al? I think it's the original Halloween from 1978. I was just telling Big Al on over on X that yesterday I had rewatched Halloween 2, which just seemed like such a pointless sequel to me. I felt like there was nothing there, except it introduces this goofy plot about Laurie being Michael's sister, which of course branches off to all the other twist to plot endings that go from there. But after that, I was like, you know what? I never watched them. Let me watch H2O and Resurrection. And I was pretty impressed. H2O was actually a pretty good movie. I thought that was pretty good. And if you just watch Halloween, Halloween 2, H2O, and quit, you've got yourself a good trilogy. But I went on to watch Resurrection, and it was horrible. It was just absolutely horrible. I think it introduced Katie Sackhoff, who we all loved in Battlestar Galactica, but she couldn't help this movie. This was just terrible. And I'm thinking about watching 2018 and Kills and what is it? Ends? Kills and Ends. I might end up watching those today or tomorrow. Maybe we'll see. But Halloween, it is that time of year, right? Mech Paul, it's lunchtime. Here I are. Like, subscribe, become a member, or face the wrath of Marak Aj and the Klingon Empire. That means Admiral Marak, for those of you who don't speak Klingon. Do it now! Da! Yes, absolutely. Howdy to Curtis Selby, the tired midnight vlogger. Hail all, smash the like button, and enjoy the show. Yes, I hope you all do that thing. Netter is pointing out that I am running not only a members drive, but a subscribers drive. I want to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if at all possible, 100 members by the end of the year. Membership is as little as $2 a month, $1.99, the penny, right? And that would be very, very encouraging to me. Help me achieve my goals. Help me really make something of this broadcast business I've decided to embark on. Saying hi to each other. I appreciate seeing that. That's always good. Lester Skeptic Tank Obsessions. I was just over on his channel. He just went live just before this. Make sure you go over and check out what he had to say today. Some very thoughtful and inspirational things that you might find helpful in your life. He's thankful I didn't have the feared nightmare since Monday night. Yeah. Trick or treat was a heck of a thing, wasn't it? Let's see here. Okay, I think we're caught up. So, WTF, right? What are we talking about? Well, I kind of went off on a little mini rant on Sunday about this whole situation at TwitchCon, right? Emmylou, or whatever her name is, suing over poor security. We'll keep it simple, right? Where she was assaulted without her consent, and their security just stood by and did nothing. I've come to find out that their security is even worse than that. People are actually getting into the con with fake badges. They'll scan the badge, and the whole idea of a badge with a registration number that you scan as you go in is, if you aren't registered. And here's the other thing too, even if you go in and you're registered and they want to throw you out, they go into the computer and they remove your number so you can't scan back in. But the con security is just letting people in. You can make up a fake badge with fake numbers and, oh, it's not working. Just go. Well, then what the hell is the point of security? Oh, you're gonna come harass the guests? Okay, be my guest. Let me roll out the red carpet for you, sweep it off, while you walk over there to assault her. Let me do that for you. Well, we're going to get into some of the backlash about that. Let's bring this up here. So this comes to us from PC Gamer. Twitch CEO Dan Clancy apologizes for TwitchCon assault of Emiru, and his interview comments on the incident. We failed, both in allowing it to occur and in our response following. You think, genius? Yeah. Now, just to refresh your memory, you could go back and check out last Sunday's Geeky Geezers, where I kind of went off on this. I was like, TwitchCon is still a thing? after, what was it, a couple of years ago, they had the American Gladiator style, pugilists in the foam pit, and they had the celebrity girl, Twitch girl, adult entertainment personality, performing, and then at the end of the thing, because she's in a foam pit, the whole point of the foam pit is if you fall into it, you don't get hurt. She leaps off of it, lands right on her butt, and breaks her back in 2 places. Yeah, you better believe she sued over that. There was literally a layer of foam bits and concrete right on the concrete. And they didn't learn anything, and now they're getting sued again. So let's get into this a little bit. This is the dingleberry that's the CEO of this company. He needs to go. He needs to be fired. Not fail upward, give him another job somewhere else. No, he needs to be fired. I'm getting sick and tired of these idiots who can't manage their own personal finances, let alone a multi-million-dollar company, right? Being allowed to do whatever the hell they want, and okay, well, this didn't work out for you. Let's move you to somewhere in Amazon, right? No, because if you screwed up at your job, you'd be fired, gone, terminated, out the door. Rules for thee, not for me. In response to the assault of streamer Emiru at last weekend's TwitchCon, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy has issued an apology from the streaming platform's official account on X, formerly Twitter. Clancy apologized for security lapses, friggin' non-existent security, and promised improvements at future events, if you're allowed to continue with future events. He also expressed regret for his prior comments about the incident, seemingly referring to an interview with Taylor Lorenz at the convention. That's a whole separate thing. I don't feel like giving Taylor Lorenz any bandwidth, honestly. But yeah, he was not, let's just say he didn't respond very well. First, I want to be upfront and take accountability for the security incident that occurred during Emiru's meet and greet, Clancy said in the official statement. It shouldn't have happened, and we take that very seriously. We failed both in allowing it to occur and in our response following. We mismanaged our communications about the incident, and that includes the comments I made. I apologize to Emiru for all that took place. We mismanaged our communications about the incident. You want to know the best way not to mismanage something? Actually, don't be a jerk. Don't be an ass, okay? Don't have stupid opinions. If you can just honestly speak off the top of your head and you aren't a jerk, you're probably going to be fine. If you react like a normal human being would, I can't believe that happened. That's the most horrible thing. We feel terrible about it. We will do everything that we can to fix that, but that's not how he responded, because that's not how he actually felt. If you have to manage your communication, then you probably shouldn't even be in the position that you're in. You're not a good person if you have to manage your communication to not sound like a jerk. I mean, call me crazy, for holding such opinions, right? Clancy promised that Twitch would conduct a formal analysis of the incident, as well as a review of TwitchCon's security as a whole. You might want to start by having some professional security. People you pay real money to. Quit getting these overweight, blue-haired soy boys, who don't care and just want to get into the convention for free. Maybe start there. The CEO also said that the company, with no training, they get no training. They're not trained in security. They show up, they say, I volunteer. Okay, stand here and man the check-in. Okay. And they don't enforce any rules. They don't say you can't come in, if the thing doesn't work, whatever. So what's the point of the person even being there? The CEO also said that the company would look into stricter rules on in real life streaming, IRL streaming, man on the street style content with a mobile setup at the event, as well as a review of accessibility of future events. Are you reading this the same way I am? Stricter rules on man on the street style content with a mobile setup at the event. That's the problem? The fact that somebody caught it on video, that you had such shit security, that's your problem? So you want to prevent them from being able to expose how bad you were? Oh, this is getting even better. Even better. Nice. Yeah, she's saying this is definitely my last TwitchCon. Any celebrity still going to TwitchCon next year is an idiot. You're stupid if you are continuing to support a company like this. Because it's not only worrying about yourself, it's worrying about your fellow celebrities. You got to start calling these cons to task for stuff like this. Clancy's allusion to his own prior comments is likely a reference to what he said in an interview with Lorenz, held at the convention, but uploaded a few days later on Wednesday, October 22nd. The interview touched on a host of topics, including free speech, viewership, and demographics on the streaming platform, but Lorenz also asked Clancy about the assault on Emiru. Excuse me, I'm mispronouncing it. While Clancy said that what happened yesterday obviously was something that we care deeply about, professed his friendship for Emiru, and promised a review of security, he defended Twitch's trust and safety practices and also argued that the incident was part of a wider social trend beyond Twitch. That is a very, very stupid thing to say. That's making excuses. Well, we'll look into it, but really this is a problem with people and the way they interact in the world. No! This is not the time for you to point fingers at anybody but yourself. The fact that you need to be told that means you should not be in charge of a multi-million-dollar company. Some customers also interpreted him saying it was Emilu's responsibility to remove threatening viewers from her community to prevent incidents like this. We call that victim blaming. Just saying. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society. Yeah, but we're not talking about society. We're not talking about other platforms. We are talking about you, Twitch CEO. Quit deflecting. I do think, and every time, you say but in a sentence, something, but, you completely eliminate what you said before. You're like, I'm saying this because I have to, but what I really believe is this part that comes next. I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community, you can ban people. You can make it so that people you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there. Look, as somebody who does live streaming, this is true, but I'm performing, right? I mean, I am talking, I am engaging, I am ranting, okay? And not necessarily paying close attention right now to the chat. Now, I happen to be somebody who, after I say what I'm going to say, I then come back to the chat, see what you have to say, then I do something else, I come back to the chat, and I do keep engaging. Not everyone does that. Of course, that's why we have blue wrenches, but, you know, some things are margin calls, too. And this same kind of mentality is the same problem that Blue Sky is going through right now, where they're just banning people they don't like, people that they perceive to be a problem, people that might be on the right, people that, you know, have naturally colored hair, you know, whatever, people with white skin. They just ban, and then suddenly you have no business. You're left holding an empty sack. You know? I'm getting off topic. The reality is that even as you do a lot in terms of security in today's world, there are challenges that can present themselves. Stop right there. This statement stands if you've done everything reasonable and possible to keep people safe. You did not do that, so don't even invoke this. You can't even get past. You effed up. You provided zero security and allowed this to happen. You should not even be touching this sentence. Especially when someone is putting themselves out there. We try to work very closely with each creator about what they want to do and works for them. No, you didn't. Because Emiru has already gone on to say that she expressed concerns beforehand, that her security was kept away during this time, and other issues that she had. You did not work with her. The final statement touches on an aspect of the incident not addressed by Clancy's apology. Emiru alleged prior to the meet and greet that she did not want to hold the event due to security concerns. I'm sorry, I got ahead of the article. But had to go through with it, and it was contractually obligated to hold the show later at the convention. Emiru has not yet made a public response to the apology or Clancy's interview at the time of writing, and commenters remain critical. I guess they're talking about me. Obviously, they don't know who I am, but I'm just saying people like me. With Twitch's official response, the platform's safety policies, streamers' trust in them, and the future of its in-person convention are all still part of a developing story. Emiru has not yet made a public response. That either means that she's intelligent enough to keep her mouth quiet, or she's been specifically instructed by her attorney to keep her mouth shut. She's smarter than this idiot is. Just saying. And she's a very pretty girl. You know? I mean, I could see where she might end up having some problems with wackadoos out there. It's a shame. It is an absolute shame. And see, I look at her, and I look at the convention, and I think with the security mind. You know, about, okay, we need at least 4 people here. We need 1 on each side of her. We need 1 managing the line, and we need someone on the side of the stage ready to come in if anything happens, right? Oh, you have your own security? Well, let's have 2 of your security and 1 of ours right around her, and that frees up another one of our guys to, you know, this is the kind of thinking you do, you know? Coordinate with their security. You know, okay, if you're going to take the lead on this, how do we support you to the best of our... There wasn't any of that. There was not any of that. Heck, because these people aren't even bothering to check, you know, what's going on, right? Now, this is related, okay? This is Dan Saltman over on I don't know who he is. I have no idea. Okay? This isn't my area. But he says Amazon is doing layoffs on several units. However, the biggest cut, proportionately, appears to be at Twitch, with over 35% of their staff being cut. You don't say. I wonder why that could be. Gee. Pray that the CEO and executive team are among them. Yes! Again, I don't know who this guy is, but just from that statement, tells me he's got some intelligence. You know? I mean, just wow. Just wow. I'm going to get back to this in just a moment. I did see a comment by Mark I wanted to bring up real quick. Was that the clip you sent me when you have untrained and unqualified people in charge? Yes, Mark. I sent Mark the clip of her being assaulted, and what that was all about. When you have unqualified people in charge of security, that's what happens. I offer a counter thought. Remember when a certain local con took it in the other direction, being tyrants. Not sure I remember which specific con you're talking about. Probably don't mention them in the public chat here. But I have seen cons get kind of stupid with their draconian rules, especially in terms of cosplay. And this is another part of it. It doesn't help you draconian and say you can't come in here with that wooden bottle because that can be used as a weapon. But then, you know, you let other things be lax, like letting people in without checking their tags and seeing that they're paid. Or at one convention that Netter and I were at, we knew that one of the guests had a restraining order against somebody. So as we were made aware of that, we were first careful to make sure that person wasn't coming to the convention, because we know everyone has to register. So we knew who was registered and who wasn't. We had a description of the guy. We paid attention to that because it was professional security, right? But all of this craziness, peace bonding plastic knives that is so stupid, because what that prevents you from doing is being able to pull it out for the picture, you know, the pose or the whatever. Because again, we're talking plastic and wooden props, right? For crying out loud, if you're so concerned that I might hit someone over the head with a wooden botleth, maybe be concerned that I might pick up a folding chair and hit someone over the head with it. That's equally possible, right? I don't know. Security at these cons is stupid. It is stupid. It really is. To the extent that it exists at all. I'm going to get back to this point right after a very abbreviated promotion spot. This one is just 2 minutes, and we'll be right back.
You're watching Liquid Lunch, streaming every weekday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's sip together.
It's the last week before Halloween, and things are getting a bit eerie around here. On this week's Thursday Things, my guests will be I Am the 13th Child and The Horror King. They're launching a new joint channel, and you'll want all the details. Join us this Thursday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Netter's Network.
This week on Saturday Night at the Movies, a former Roman general sets out to exact vengeance against the corrupt emperor who murdered his family and sent him into slavery. Russell Crowe stars in the Ridley Scott film Gladiator this Saturday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Netter's Network.
Every Sunday evening, Aged Boomer and Last Call with Troy Pacelli bring you the rundown of the week's geek news, or at least what they think is interesting. You may have heard about it elsewhere, but Boomer and Pacelli spin it like only two old geezers can. It's Geeky Geezers, every Sunday evening at 8 Central, 9 Eastern.
With the Xenon base destroyed and the fledgling alliance floundering, Avon must find another figurehead to take up the cause. Inevitably, it is time to set a course for the lawless Gouda Prime to renew an old acquaintance, and the title is the spoiler. They are going to find Blake. It's the final shocking episode of Blake 7 on Last Call Presents, this Tuesday at 10 p.m. Central, 11 Eastern.
We now return to our liquid lunch.
Connie says, my chat went black on my phone. Connie, YouTube is a glitchy mess right now. I was just... and I saw that... The YouTube stream is a minute and a half behind where I am in real time. We were into the Blake 7, and the promos hadn't even started yet on YouTube. And yes, I hit live to make sure that it was live. I don't know what the heck's happening. And then in fact, people don't realize, no worries. I mean, I have not seen anybody say anything that I ever felt was inappropriate or anything like that. But sometimes you will retract your comment. Maybe you misspelled something, said it wrong or whatever, and you're planning to come back and re-say it. It goes away on YouTube. It doesn't go away in the platform. I still see it here. So sometimes I read comments that you've already retracted. It just happens that way sometimes. I can usually see all your comments really well in the platform. YouTube is YouTube. Couldn't see the chat on what everyone was saying previously. The last comment, like I said, was Mark talking about this this convention snafu with Emiru. But that's okay. That's okay. I can see your comments. I'm doing my best to bring them up as we get into it. Let's get back into the this has happened before. Yeah, I've heard that. Don't remember if it's happened to me or not, but yeah, I've heard that. Let's get back to this article. This is what the bloke was talking about on X. Amazon layoffs 2025. Why 14,000 jobs are being cut, which Amazon divisions are most effective, and how Amazon stock is reacting. Now, I don't want to get into all of this. I do want to focus in on the Twitch stuff. In fact, what I think I might just do is cheat. Twitch. Okay. So let me just speculate on what some of the rest of this article is talking about. The tech industry is going through some deflation, which isn't a bad thing. It's become there's been a tech bubble that's been happening that's bursting. And a lot of these tech companies that bought into all the DEI and stuff are realizing, okay, we've got a lot of dead weight we need to get rid of. We've been infiltrated by a lot of, commie leeches that just need to go. We need to trim the fat, and there you go. So, but I want to focus in on this whole Twitch thing because I think it's related. Which Twitch divisions are most affected by the layoffs? The biggest blow comes to Amazon Web Service, Prime Video, and Twitch. With significant workforce reductions reported across these business units, according to company insiders, about 7,000 positions were cut from AWS alone, primarily in sales, marketing, and operations teams, as the company faces slowing cloud growth and tougher competition with Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud. Why did you just leap back to the beginning? Let's get back there. So, again, this isn't my area. I'm not the biggest tech guy. But I do imagine that when it comes to this whole cloud thing, I hate OneDrive. I really do. I don't like saving a file to my hard drive and it automatically gets backed up to Microsoft. It's none of Microsoft's business what I'm, sharing. Yes, it is a convenience if I accidentally overwrite my stream notes or something and I'm able to go out to the cloud and get an older edition of it or whatever. But no, I don't like it. There is also a bit of a convenience for it when you want to share big files. It's also helpful. But I should have the choice. I want to be able to opt in, not have it default to we get all your details, right? Let's see what else they have to say. In addition, Amazon's Twitch division is reportedly eliminating about 500 roles, continuing a trend of downsizing that began in 2023 after the platform's restructuring under new leadership. Sources also indicate layoffs in Amazon's device and Alexa unit. I'm surprised she didn't turn on. Where nearly 2,000 employees have been affected as demand for smart home devices slows globally. Yeah, people are starting to get more and more concerned about all the AI stuff, which is going to affect all areas of tech. People aren't real savvy on what constitutes AI and what isn't AI. I would argue that the chat bots that you see that you call AI are, while they are not what you think they are nowhere near as sophisticated as you think they are. They are light years ahead of what the Echo Dot does. That is the ABCs by comparison, just no. So, and then it talks about other divisions. It doesn't get as much into the Twitch stuff as I thought, but it does appear, if we go back to this, 35% of Twitch. Twitch needs to majorly restructure. They need to get rid of their CEO. TwitchCon needs to end or drastically restructure. Personally, if I was in charge of Twitch in general, TwitchCon would become a meet and greet, not even a meet and greet. It would be a series of panels where you get to see the biggest Twitch streamers, I don't know, the biggest 10, 15 Twitch streamers, scheduled at different times as an audience interaction where they talk and then you ask questions and then thank you, bye. And then autograph opportunities if they choose, very, very structured. And for premium tickets at the discretion of the guest, maybe some one-on-one, interactions. But all this other goofiness and the foam pit and all that kind of bull crap, none of that stuff. It's getting ridiculous. And in fact, honestly, I think that the Twitch personalities themselves should start their own thing, not sponsored by Twitch, meetups, and handle them the way they want to, the way a lot of YouTubers have done too. I've talked all year about what a great experience I had with meeting up a lot of the people in our sphere at it wasn't sponsored by MegaCon. It was just a bunch of YouTubers that decided to go to MegaCon, meet each other, and hang out. So let me get back to what you guys are saying here. Netter saw it too. It just disappeared from before Connie's statement. Yeah, that's a shame. Please make sure you hit the like button, though. I see a lot of you. It's telling me there's 11 here. I don't know if there's actually 11 people watching the stream right now. Lester's not surprised. Easiest cut in expenditure is non-profit inducing positions. You always cut the fat first, right? At the, I'm gonna get Halloween. Saw. No. Was it Saw? One of the Saw movies? Or was it maybe the movie 7? I think it was the movie 7. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Where this, I better not talk about this during lunch, but if you had to give a pound of flesh, what pound of flesh would you give? Well, you'd probably go for the fat around the middle, right? Welcome, Joe's Atmosphere. Welcome. Good friend of the channel, always sharing out the streams, like I hope you do as well. Please, I really want to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's not going to happen unless you guys take it on yourselves to share it out and invite your friends to come hit the subscribe button. Honestly, if you enjoy what we do here, I need your support. I really, really do. Even a drive-by like and a share. Absolutely. I super appreciate that. Always do. So I'm wondering from you guys, have you guys had some con experience? Have you ever gone to conventions, met, celebrities or, pseudo celebrities, cosplayers, stuff like that, streamers and whatnot? Have you ever been leading a panel at a convention or been a guest at a convention? Have you ever worked security at a convention? Mark, I know you have. We've chewed a lot of the same grounds on in that regard. And sometimes it's not even the convention. Sometimes it's the venue. Some hotels are better than others. Some convention centers are better than others as far as securing them and whatnot. But yeah, that is really all I wanted to rant about today is this whole Twitch thing. And I'm still going back to the same thing that I said to Boomer when he originally sent me the article about Emiru. TwitchCon is still a thing? Why? How can it be? But I think some things are seriously going to change. For all the consternation and talk that we've done over the past decade about this whole hashtag Me Too and all that kind of stuff, what we thought hashtag Me Too was going to be and what it was meant to be, it should still be in place, right? We should still be calling out bad actors for treating people badly, right? And we've got to there's got to be pressure, some peer pressure that you don't treat people that way, right? It's inappropriate. What is classically considered inappropriate is inappropriate. We have been defining deviancy down for generations now, and it's time for us to go, no. It's bad enough you look at that woman the way you do. You don't talk to her this way. You don't touch her without consent. None of these things. That's never appropriate. We shouldn't even have to tell you this, but the fact that we do, get the hell out. Oh gosh, here we go. You saw about the new Anne Frank play. It will make you angry if you read the plot. I have not. I don't know anything about this. What did they do? Did they recast Anne Frank as a purple-haired, septum-pierced lesbian who, is afraid that ICE is coming or something? All of the above. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Welcome, longest running superhero RPG on Earth. Good to see you. I'm a guest at a con Saturday running the game. Okay, so it's a gaming con. Yeah, okay. So that's a whole different ball of wax. That's these gaming cons. I obviously think of gaming cons like Gen Con. That's the first one that comes to mind. But I know there's a lot of others as well. I've run a game at a small local. I'm even going to call it a mini convention, but I've definitely played games at Gen Con. Netter and I did. A lot of fun. They have all kinds of different problems. They usually don't have guests. They do have some costuming, but not all that much because that's not really what it's all about. I think their biggest problem is a bunch of large people with questionable hygiene. But that's pretty tame by comparison. Been to 2 FNT meetups in Dallas. Great bunch of people. Yeah, they absolutely are. They absolutely are. They are wonderful. Just a participant and shopper at the Portland Gaming Expo. Retro gaming. That sounds interesting. I don't envy those who set up booths. Not fun. Yeah. Let me tell you something. So Mark and I have obviously had booths at conventions. We considered them to be recruiting booths, recruiting members for the Klingon Empire. But we would do jail and bail and, other kinds of events. I would do panels on Klingon culture, Klingon history, and so forth. When you are going to conventions, you are doing it as a labor of love. I know that people in the dealer's room are doing it to earn a living. They are selling their wares, and so they're putting in sweat equity there. But you spend so much money to get the table in the first place. You need to make more than that back in profit to make it worthwhile. It is brutal. It really is a lot of all that stuff in. You got to haul it all out at the end of the week. It is brutal. You are right about I am not surprised. I was joking tongue in cheek, but yeah. And I know you were joking, but you were right about the play. Yeah. At this point, you can't even satirize anymore. When satire becomes prediction, you live in very interesting times. Okay, I'll take a look at the story in a bit. We're going to wrap this up here. Guys, I'm not saying don't go to conventions. I'm saying be choosy about the conventions you go to. Whatever your role is, be aware of your surroundings. As Culture Casino, take care of yourself, take care of others. That is something you should be doing at all times, right? Protect your own safety. Be aware of what's going on around you, and don't let anyone infringe on your private space any more than you are willing to allow. Make your friends and family part of that private space that you are protecting, right? And be on the lookout for people who might need help. Be ready to step in. Hey, is this person bothering you? Do we need to pull you into our little area of protection? We absolutely will do that. Because that's the way it always was, right? We used to talk about what it meant to be a gentleman, right? And that's not saying it to be sexist. Women should have the same attitude of mutual protection, right? Chivalry, if you want to call it that, all right? Look out for your fellow man. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, right? Yeah, the guy hosting the con where I'm a guest knows nothing about tabletop role-playing games. He made a lot of weird demands, like thinking it was some sort of video game. We'll see how it goes. I'll be interested to hear how that turns out for you there, CK. That's that sounds really bizarre. But there you go. I mean, how hard is it to understand? It's like, no, I'm running a tabletop role-playing game. Think about a bunch of people sitting around playing cards. Okay, it's going to be like that, right? You know, it's like I'm running a poker game without any gambling and money. Okay. I don't know. People are weird. So this place sounds disgusting. I hope they get boycotted and picketed. You know, they'll probably have a bunch of their rainbow-haired weirdos showing up to support it. Also wonder where it's going on. Is it somewhere like, you know, on the left coast or something like that, or somewhere in New York or something like that? These freaks are... Every generation has these idiots, and it's because parents aren't doing their job to teach their kids not to be idiots. I don't know, my friends. It's a crazy, mixed-up world. We live in interesting times, and you need to be safe out there. That's all I care about. You guys, be safe out there. Keep your friends and family safe, and consider that your neighbors ought to be thought of as friends as well. So you guys take care. Nothing going on tonight. As far as I know, Doomcock is still out of pocket, so be praying for him. And hopefully I have speaking of tabletop, gaming, I hope to have a D&D game tonight. If I don't have a D&D game tonight, keep an eye out. I may go live tonight and do a special little watch party for Halloween. But that'll be a little bit commando. So just keep an eye out. See if it happens. I'm not promising anything. It just might. We'll see. Anyway, you guys take care. You guys really are the best. I thank you all for being here, and I thank you for all the ways you support us. Take care, drink responsibly, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again real soon.